Interesting.
Yeah.
So what do you think is some good feedback for these new guys getting into construction, just starting up day one? What general direction should they go in? Avoid?
I think what I learned the quickest is to literally shut the fuck up and listen. Literally.
We're in Houston right now, walking our new 56-unit crazy property here. It starts down there.
We got Allon, $1 billion man.
Welcome to Talk Shop Podcast. Today we are here with Matthew Buckshaw, good friend of mine from high school, middle school. We even played in Little League together.
Yep.
Matt comes from a background of construction. His family owns Dennis Buckshaw Contractors.
Builders and remodelers, yeah.
Dennis Buckshaw, builders and remodelers. They went from residential into the commercial game, and I thought he would be a fitting podcast guest because they have scaled up substantially since I knew him from the A's days and the baseball days, Cubs, till right now. So welcome, Matt. Tell everyone about yourself, please.
What's going on, guys? Happy to be a part of this. Allon, we talked about it last night, actually was at one of his first deals, what was that, 3-4 years ago in Copeg, before this really blew up, and we kind of talked about doing stuff like this, and it's cool seeing it come to where it is now for Allon. A little background for myself is my dad started the company when he was 18 years old. Provided for a lot of us, the whole family, and being the youngest of 5, you get put into the whole scenario, watching construction, watching him do his thing, and then I kind of grew into it, being around it so much during the summers. My brother got involved. He really took everything to the next level. My dad gave us a foundation, and here we are now, trying to run with it.
So your dad started the company at 18, which was how long ago?
45 years ago now.
And he started with renovating houses, I'm assuming.
Doing small jobs, putting a window in here, putting inside in here, doing roofs, whatever he possibly could have just to make it happen.
Time went on, you guys built a crew. How big did the crew get before your brother got involved, your big brother?
Probably, with my brother, it was probably around like 5 or 6 guys, maintaining stuff, just doing things that they could to get around the town and just get jobs done.
Got it. And then you got involved.
Yeah, so before my brother involved, it was probably around 6 or 7 guys ish, and we were doing some decent jobs. And then my brother really took it to the next level.
Yeah.
Every year, just adding more guys, just adding more jobs, and just seeing how far he could really push his limits and get into some of these bigger deals.
I love your family, by the way. The Buckshaws are awesome.
Yep, a lot of people involved.
I even remembered your dad's birthday.
Yeah, he did.
But forgot to text him.
Yeah.
So when did you guys make that transition from residential into commercial before the scale really kicked in?
Probably going on I want to say 10 to 8 years now. Probably north of 10 years. Probably around 10 or 12 years, where we kind of got into that the little areas of commercial, doing some jobs for some people, and then really just knowing that my brother could expand it that way, and he kind of ran with it, and he was a gangster to get some of these deals.
And now today, how many guys do you guys have?
We're probably run 35 guys a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
Awesome. How many units did the Buckshaws turn over in the last year?
The last year, who knows? With COVID, the numbers are probably down, but you could probably go anywhere between. Honestly, man, that's a good question. It's a lot. It's probably north of 100.
North of 100 doors a year.
Yeah,
you're turning over.
I would say just around there, whether it's full renovations or being in it just for simple jobs like crown molding or something. But definitely in north of 100. Definitely north of 100.
You guys are going after large-scale apartment complexes now and stuff like that.
Right.
So you're bidding on much bigger jobs.
Yeah.
It's no longer homes, but you're also spec home building.
Definitely spec home building. That's
who loves that? Who's
my brother loves it. I mean,
it's
I love it too.
Thing?
My dad loves it. That's the thing. We love the construction end of real estate. We really do. We love being able to look at something and say, we can knock down this wall and put something. We could do this. We could do that. You want to lift a house? Let's do it. We did a lot of those
during Sandy, right?
During Sandy, they killed it. I wasn't really involved then. I was still young, but anything that we could get our hands in, they killed it. They did what they had to do. So we're not really scared of anything, There's nothing. You showed me some stuff before. We were showing the other day that didn't really scare us. Maybe if the pockets were 10 times deeper, it would work. But definitely not scared of anything. That's for sure.
Yeah. And now you're bidding on big projects.
Bidding on big projects, even big homes that, I don't want to call them house flips, but if you want to call them that, you can.
Well, spec home building, it's like...
Yeah, it's spec home building. It's buying some serious properties that are 4,500 square foot, like the one we just got into contract. I mean, we're there now, so we're demoing it, getting it ready. 4,500 square foot with 2 acres in Bayport. It's a pretty legit process.
Yeah, that is legit.
Yeah.
So what do you pay for a house like that?
That one we paid $700. That was closed at $700.
And what's your estimated renovation on a house like that?
Oh, we're comfortable that you can put in north of 500, probably less than 800, and be pretty fine with a resale on that.
So your construction estimates are 500,000 to 800,000, depending on how high end you go.
Yeah.
You're in for 700 on the property, permits, approvals, all the Long Island, BS we deal with.
The great stuff of townships.
Yep. And what's the resale
friends.
on a property like that? Resale listed on the market, like official.
We're probably gonna list that thing at 2.5.
Wow.
Definitely, it's what people want. If you're looking for a dream home, or you're looking for a place to put your family, you want to be on a big piece of property with a big home that's beautiful, modern on the inside, Hamptons touches to the outside, and you're surrounded by county preserves.
That's where you guys are finding success doing those big home developments.
Yeah. Yep. Just finished one in Oakdale. So that one's sold, done. That's out of the family. And that was a long process. But again, it was a new construction home that had high tech into it, brand new septic systems, Board of Health, that they're pushing all these new septic systems. Got that in there, some high-end bathrooms, high-end kitchens, high-end appliances, and just the technology that we think a home should have. A high-end home, there's certain things that we think are requirements at this point.
Yeah, it's so interesting to make $1 million on a high-end flip when most people are doing 20 flips to make those same margins.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, so you're breaking your head on 20 different projects to make $1 million. Meanwhile, the Buckshaws find one house, they put all their energy into it and turn it over for the same profit people do for 20.
Yeah, it's my brother always says someone's gonna do it. That's been his mantra for the last couple of months. Any kind of thing that we look at, he goes, someone's gonna do it. Someone's gonna buy that piece of land, develop it. Someone's gonna buy that apartment complex, renovate it. Someone's gonna do it. Obviously, you got to make sure the numbers work and stuff like that. But outside of the construction, we're into real estate that we want. Not that you can't get hurt on, but that are some good quality pieces of real estate.
Yeah.
That's what you want. The single family homes, you'll be there. But to do some cool quality real estate, that's definitely what we're in the market for.
So actually, last night, the reason Matt's on this podcast is that last night he hits me up. He goes, hey, I've got some money. I want to buy rental properties. We want to diversify from spec home building, and what we're doing, we want to get it more into the rental side. Let's sit down. I said, all right, it's 11 p.m. Come through. Let's go. Matt shows up at 11 p.m. We went property hunting. I didn't sleep till 4 a.m.
Nope. You sent me a text at 2:15. I read it, and I was like, you know what? I'm not getting into this right now. I'm going to bed.
Yeah. So we were property hunting till 2, and then I went to sleep at like 4. And I told Matt after we were catching up, I'm like, you got to come on the podcast because the team has grown so much. You guys are scaling so much. We knew each other forever back when Matt was the most popular kid in school. And I was a nerd with glasses.
Prom king. You want to throw it out there? I was a prom king.
He was the prom king. I was the nerdy kid in school. Matt was the prom king.
Yep.
But yeah, so now we're here, and it's so nice to hear finally. I wish your brother came on. I would have loved to have your dad come on.
We'll get him here one day.
We have to.
Yeah.
We have to. Now, tell me about what you were talking about yesterday. Tell everyone with the new health, like the clean air stuff that you guys are focusing on.
Okay, so we're gonna plug someone else in here. There's a couple HVAC companies and people that I know that are trying to monitor and clean air. So there's a couple HVAC systems that, like in that Oakdale house, there's UV lights, there's HEPA filters where you got some dirty air coming out and it's filtered through. So there's some other systems out there now that they're developing that they're trying to put into Pepsi factories, Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, all these other things that they want people to be able to look at the door and see what's the air quality inside that. This was started way before COVID, and now it's coming pretty true where people are looking at this, where I was at a diner the other day and on the back of it said that this air was conditioned by our HVAC system. Not saying that really defeats COVID, but it's helping some of the stuff that floats around in the air. So it's some serious stuff that a lot of people are doing.
What's the price difference for something like that?
That depends on how big your place is. Depending on what your subscription is or whatever it is. I know they've been in talks with some Bezos associates out east to do it in his homes.
Wow.
So we'll see where that goes. But it's some interesting stuff, especially in the construction world, that things are changing on the daily. Better products, better materials, better ways to do things. And that's kind of my role as the younger kid in the company here. My dad's been around, my brother's been around too, but you got to find the materials that people are using so that the stuff that we build doesn't just rot out in 10 years.
Yeah.
It doesn't rot out in 30 years. You have to redo it.
Yeah.
You want this stuff to last.
You guys are fantastic builders.
Thank you.
I remember sitting down with your brother and he briefly explained something to me. I'm like, this is why I'm not a builder.
Yeah, it was at my house about the Hamptons deal.
Yeah.
Do you think this layout works? And he was like, no, this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, your brother is a serious builder, man. That guy knows. And your dad he started setting the bricks. Your brother climbed up the bricks, laid more bricks. You're climbing up those bricks. It's so beautiful to see that.
Yeah, you got to take everyone's opinions. You really do. Whether it's from you, it's from another buddy, whatever. Any kind of experiences really just builds your platform to go forward.
Yeah. Now,
good and bad experiences.
How are you guys, when it comes down to bidding on these jobs, these huge jobs, you told me it wasn't priced per square foot. That's not how anybody's calculating it. How do you bid on these jobs? What are the angles?
So you kind of you break it down depending on a studio apartment, 1-bedroom apartment, 2-bedroom apartment, 3-bedroom apartment, and you kind of have a base price. And this is where, again, my brother's really good at it. This is where I'm trying to learn stuff as fast as I can, trying to learn construction, real estate, and running a business at the same time. So there's a lot going on. You know how it is. So you kind of take your base price and that this 3 bedrooms X amount more square footage and blah, blah, blah in that sense. So it's interesting because a lot of people do, when you do a home or you do residential work, you're at square footages. We still are at square footages, but these guys are charging different numbers that you would do on a commercial job.
So they just care about turning over a 1-bedroom. So they're like, give me a price to turn over a 1-bedroom. Give me a price for a 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom.
Yep.
They're not breaking down how big is this 1 or 2.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go in there and say that there's not extra square footage of kitchen tile.
Yeah.
If there's 2 bathrooms, you're going in there for a 2-bathroom bid.
I got it.
And then everything else like that, the door count. You're going to do the lengths of moldings and stuff like that, but it's not broken down by a line item. This is what a 1-bedroom will cost, a 2-bedroom, and this is a 3.
Got it. So you're kind of risking a little bit more because if they give you 100 1-bedrooms, it could be different floor plans for each 1-bedroom.
Of course, yeah.
Which it's typically not, but it could be different floor plans, and that's on you guys to figure out once you already got a winning bid.
Right. Yeah. If you have there's 2 extra doors that you didn't account for, you might have to eat that cost. It takes away from some stuff, but then again, you just want to provide to a client and make sure, you're giving them quality work and in a timely fashion.
Got it. How's the supply chain disruption affected you guys?
It's been fun.
Yeah?
Yeah. Everything takes a little bit longer now. Kind of stuff that's out of my control. Anything that we can control, we can try and control it as best as we can. But some stuff that's out of my hands, like manufacturers or even trucking getting to us, I can't control. And
so you're like the developers understand that?
Yeah, because we're all in the same boat. So I've always said, in my eyes, if I have a material, I'll install it. Yeah. If I don't have it, I can't install it.
Are they buying the material?
That varies, depends on what properties and who you deal with.
Got it. Because I feel like if they're buying it, then they're going to say, all right, it's on us. You know,
Right.
But if you're buying it, we want it now.
Yeah, of course. It depends on it, and it depends on what it is, you know. And that's why it's super tough to even think about a residential job right now. You know, think about, you know, somebody, one of your neighbors, hey, I'm gonna renovate your bathroom. How do you turn around and tell your neighbor that you can't get that shower trim for 10 months?
Yeah.
For my house, I ordered back in March 2021. Yeah, March 2021. I ordered all this stuff. I just got one of my shower trims.
Wow.
9 months. Can't do anything about it though. Thank God I didn't need it. It was another bathroom. But how do you tell a customer that?
Yeah.
It's tough.
How about the labor market? How's that going right now?
You know, not for nothing, we got good guys. We really do have good guys. Good guys that are loyal, good guys that work hard. You know, there's instances where you have to reiterate things, but that's being in a business.
What are you paying like a regular labor?
It really depends. It depends on the skill. So what we like doing is really growing our guys. So I've had guys that are only demo guys turn into be some of the best carpenters. Some guys that didn't know construction now know construction. But you also have the guys that have been around for, one guy's been here for 35 years.
What are prices? Like, give me an example.
You know, there's a couple guys that are in the $30 ranges, you know, an hour. There's definitely a couple guys there. Then you got guys down, you know, probably around 20. You know, depending on
$20 to $30 an hour depending on skills.
And then you get some other guys that are really up there, you know. But those are the guys you kind of lean on.
Yeah.
You know.
The Matt Buckshaws. Of
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And what about demand? Is demand heating up still, or has that simmered down since COVID's been calming down? I mean, COVID's not calming down, but you know what I mean.
It's still around, but I think, you know, not that everyone was shocked about what this housing market did, but a lot of people were shocked about the amount of money people were spending on their homes. So if you start working from home and you start realizing, oh, I don't have crown molding, I don't like this bathroom, I don't like this kitchen, people started doing those jobs because they were home all the time. So we do some of those jobs for close friends and stuff like that, but the demand's there. People are spending money on their homes. They might have refinanced and got a lower rate and pulled some money out, and now they're redoing the kitchen. People are definitely spending money on their houses.
So on the residential and commercial side, you guys are still seeing a ton of demand.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. The commercial is a little bit different because you're based on when people move in or out. So you're going to see your high points at the end of a school year and the beginning of a school year. Everything else in between, you know, between September and March, May, you know, you're at the mercy of when people move out. So it's interesting, and a lot of people at the residential don't really enjoy doing construction maybe during the summer when they want to use their house. So they want to do it during the winter, but some people don't want to do it during the winter.
Yeah.
So it's business. It's a construction business. You really got to be on top of your stuff.
It's also because you're good at what you do. When you're good at what you do, you're honest, people trust you, and they want to work with you, then you're going to always get a ton of business.
Yeah, it's you know, not that you're turning away jobs. You're not saying no. It's just when I can get to it, which is. And
people are waiting.
People can wait. You know, some people yes, some people push it off. Some, you know, it really depends on the person. They want something done, we'll do it.
Yeah.
If you get it done in a timely fashion, no problem. No problem at all.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So what do you think is some good feedback for these new guys getting into construction, just starting up day one? What general direction should they go in? Avoid?
Can I curse on this thing?
Yeah, whatever you want.
I think what I learned the quickest is to literally shut the fuck up and listen. Literally. You know, I knew I was standing behind a dad and a brother conversation. Sitting back here like this. Just taking it in. I didn't have a 2 cents. I didn't have an idea of what they were even talking about. Now I have a better idea, right? But even now I'm asking questions still. You always have to ask questions. You know, I don't understand what you mean. What does that mean? Well, what should I do in this instance? Definitely be a go-getter, be an alpha, and just go after it.
Yeah.
But just know you're always going to be humbled. There's days where like, oh, I'm on top of the world. One thing goes bad, whack. You know, not that you're down at level 1 again, but you're up here. You get humbled, you go back. So I think for the young guys, is just try to learn as much as you can, as fast as you can. I'm not saying YouTube videos, but you can learn a lot of stuff on YouTube. You can learn a lot of stuff on TikTok.
Yeah. You remember Jake?
Yeah.
Jake learned everything about roofing on YouTube.
Yeah.
And now he's like running this huge operation out in Florida for roofing.
I didn't even know he was not here anymore.
Yeah, he left. He left New
Really?
York. Yeah, he got a really good opportunity down there. He was doing it here.
Okay.
He learned on YouTube and he was killing it here. City roofs, Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, all over Long Island commercial.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then his it's this big company, this national company. They were like, "You're doing fantastic. We have a bigger office in Florida. We want to get you an apartment, give you a car, give you all this stuff, and we'll triple your pay."
That's
basically.
cool, man. That's definitely cool stuff.
Yeah.
You know, especially when, being an employee in the construction industry might, you learn a lot. You learn a lot on someone else's dime, right? So it's always good. You might do this, you might switch it up. But at the same time, like us, like it's a family business. So you got to learn the construction side of it real quick, and you got to learn the business side of it real quick, just to understand, how much time does it take guys to do this? Is that lucrative? Does that make sense? And a lot of times I feel like I'm a logistics coordinator, where I know I have scheduled deliveries. I know this is coming here. I know the guys are going to be done here. And you just sit there and looking at your spreadsheet and go, all right, this is the best plan. Boom, boom, boom. You implement it and you go, and then you realize that it was the best plan. But that comes over realizing the time that you already put in, just to make sure that your experience from last year, you used to mess this up, and now you change it.
Yeah.
All right, this makes a lot more sense now. Let's do it that way.
That's awesome. I love that because exactly what you just described in my head, it's like, all right, now how do I figure out what exactly Matt is doing every day that changes maybe every week, right? You write it down step by step, and you eventually hire somebody to go through those workflows to do exactly what you do, so you can move on to the next thing. Because you're mastering it. So now if you write it down.
Well, yeah, I picked it up. Look, again, I used to work on the same sites as my brother, right? My dad was there, but my brother, hey, go do this, go do this, go do this. And he would give me his spreadsheet. I'm like, what am I looking at? Like, how does this make sense? And then when I got more involved, I started realizing, like, okay, this makes sense. And without him really sitting down and teaching me, but it just like looking at it and making sense of it, same system he runs out here, I run out here. Because it worked out here. He did what he had to do. This system works here, and that's what's helping us be able to be in all these different spots at the same time.
Yeah.
It's the same systems. That's why it's nice because it's the same systems.
Yeah.
You're not really implementing anything different. It might be a different layout, but it's the same system.
Where do you see you guys scaling?
What do you mean by that?
How do you see your scaling? Like, where do you see you scaling next? You're going to go into the boroughs. You're going to go out of state. You're going to just grow on Long Island, focus more on investing. What's the strategy?
I think there's going to be an avenue to investing. I think there's money that you make that should be put away and used to make you more money, obviously using your money to work. So I think a lot of that will go that way. But I think on the other end, like, it's interesting. Out east is cool because
more spec home building. I can sense it.
It's cool.
You love it.
Hold on, but we know why.
You finished
but
that
we know
one
why.
house.
But we know why.
Yeah.
But we know why.
You make $1 million on a flip.
No, fuck the appraisers. Every appraiser out there, he knows what I'm saying.
Yeah, they ruin deals.
They ruin deals. So,
there's some good ones. There's some good ones.
Some good ones. If you find a good one, call me.
Yeah.
We could use you. So out there you have that. That's why, again, it goes back to the quality real estate. You can't build $1 million house in the middle of Wyandanch.
Yeah.
What's the comps? Doesn't exist. Not knocking that area, but they don't exist.
Because then on resale, you're going to have endless issues. The banks, the appraisals, everything. Yeah.
So you want to be in areas like Bayport and Oakdale where we just were. We still had an issue down in Oakdale, but you work through it. You have to do what you have to do.
Yeah, that was a beautiful house, man.
Yeah, it was fun.
But that's awesome. So you guys are going out east. You're going to focus more on the
I don't
spec
know
home
how
building.
far out east. It's been conversations. Everything's conversations. But just want to be in the areas where.
But the Buckshaws have a conversation, then do 100 units. That conversation moves really fast.
Quick, yeah. But you just want to be again, back to quality real estate. You want to be in areas that people pay, and not that you can never get hurt, but you limit your risk, and you can build some cool things in cool neighborhoods. And at the same time, you're doing a lot of this other commercial stuff for smaller rental portfolios, and you're just trying to grow. Whatever grows us the fastest is probably where we're going.
Yeah.
You know?
So now, if anybody has questions, they want to reach out to Matt Buckshaw, ask you about construction. Yeah. I want you to give one suggestion, and then give them your plug. Where can they reach out to you?
Suggestion?
Yeah.
Like advice?
Yeah. Advice to somebody getting into construction right now or trying to grow their construction company. Brief.
Get rid of the distractions. There's distractions. There's a lot of distractions in general, but get rid of those, and then you're able to really hone in on what you're good at, right? So you're able to sit down and realize, like, hey, if I'm a bathroom guy, let's do bathrooms, right? So if you go to bathroom avenue, you can do a lot of bathrooms a year. If someone knows you're putting out quality materials and you're putting out quality finished products, you can really do that. And I feel like sometimes too quick, even when I started getting involved, where, hey, can you do a bathroom for me? Can you do this for me? Can you do this for me? Can you do this for me? I was all over the place. Oh, I could go do that roofing job. I could go do this. And I think a lot of times we get distracted with other avenues. So I feel like when you're first starting out, you might want to just focus and hone in on one idea, kill it, and then that's going to open up a whole nother doors.
Mastery. Got it.
Definitely mastery.
Where can everyone reach you? I'm going to drop all your social channels.
My IG, whatever. I got a business page right now that's going to be a little bit more active with that property in Bayport. We want to get that thing out there. We're going to do some cool stuff down there that people are going to enjoy.
All right, cool.
So follow the pages, hit me up, whatever.
I'll add it in the description.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Thanks for coming on.
You're the man. Of course, man. First one down the books.